So last day we discussed, we started discussing this actually. So can you remember the words which we need to put into these blank statements? The space can be used to single location, home or office. So what can be used in a single location without moving?
Computer.
Desktop computer.
Yeah, it is desktop, correct. It is desktop. And the next one is dedicated to provide a respective service. A service provider is a
Server computer.
Server computer.
this is desktop. And has comparatively large screen and can be taken from place to place. Is mobile, movable. Having large screen means it's
Laptop.
So then the next one is mobile computers. The student can use for web surfing, internet reading, storing information, etc. Those are the easy mobile computers are tablet and mobile smartphone. Even desktop, laptop, I agree. Laptop, smartphone, or tablet, laptop, or tablet, smartphone. One of these choices. Next is the last one that cannot be taken from place to place, but take least space. Not movable, but it is taking very small space. That is all-in-one computer. You know, I discussed about two kind of all-in-one. In Sri Lanka, we have EVs, which is produced by a Sri Lankan company called EVs. They have all-in-one computer, which is relatively cheaper, cost around 60,000. This is it. EVs all-in-one, so it is cheaper. It's less than 100,000 rupees. Looks nice. No need to move from one place to another place. And there's another one, and it has 17.3 full touch screen, right? So 17.3 is a very good large screen. So it's full touch. And there's another one. So that is iMac. So there are more, but iMac is a popular version which is used in offices and especially for graphic designing. So this is a powerful computer which will cost you more than 300,000. So closer to 400,000 these days. So it is also all-in-one computer, looks nice. Right, mostly in offices. So this is very popular because less wires, very less wires and less, it will take very small space. Okay, that's it. Next is, so you want to name this computer system. I think you already know these things, very easy. This is webcam and microphone, sorry, webcam, headphones, screen or the monitor, keyboard, mouse, speakers, printer, and scanner. Okay, that is also easy question. The next one, we learn how to check your specifications in your computer, and we even shared it among us. How do we check? What are the methods of checking the specifications?
Right click on this PC and click properties.
Yes, right click on this PC and go to properties. That is one method. And
Task manager.
Yes, task manager.
Task
How do you
manager.
task manager?
Right click on
Right click on
taskbar.
taskbar and yes, task manager option.
Yes, right click on the taskbar and select the task manager. So what else other than that? Now two methods. Any other methods?
About in settings.
Settings. Which settings? There are two more methods, easy methods. Okay, I'll give you the chance. Who's going to share the screen? I'm going to teach you again if you cannot remember. Share the screen, please. Okay. So press Windows key and R key. Press Windows key and R key together. Then type DXDIAG. What do you need to type? DXDIAG. Then you can get the details of your computer. The RAM size, processor size, everything will be, processor speed, RAM size will be listed there. Another thing, Windows R key press karla. You have to press Windows key and R key, then type DXDIAG without any spaces. DXDIAG. There's another method. You can type MSINFO32, MSINFO32. Then also you can see details of your computer. I දෙකත් මතක තියාගන්න. දන්නේ නැත්නම් පොතේ පිටිපස්සේ ලියාගත්ත කමන්න. How? First of all, you have to type Windows key and R key. Windows key and R key together. So that will give you the run dialog box. After that, you have to type either dxdiag or MSINFO32. So please write down if you don't know those methods. Those are also important because you can check specifications, you can check the configurations in your computer using this method. Clear?
Yes.
Okay, so these are additional methods. Please tell next time, right? Next time you have to tell. Task and task manager can also be accessed this way. Windows key and R key, then type TASKMGR. Windows key R key, TASKMGR. TASK, task manager, TASKMGR. Not manager, MGR. MGR. Okay, then press enter. Task MGR. That is also another method of accessing task manager. කොහොමද? Windows key එකයි R key එකයි task MGR. මම chat එකට එවන්නම් තුනම. So Windows key එකයි R key එකයි press කරලා එකක් තමයි DXDIAG. The second one MSINFO32. The third one TASKMGR. The fourth one you can type sysdm.cpl. sysdm.cpl. එකක් වැඩ කරනවා බලන්න. You can press Windows key and R key. Sysdm, SYS, not system, sorry, SYS DM, sysdm dot cpl. Wait. CPL.
So I can't access.
Sorry.
I can't access that.
So what's the error given by?
I need administrator.
You need administrator. That's it. Sysdm.cpl. Others can anyone show me the screen after typing this? Anyone else got the results? Nadun, did you? Yeah, this is sysdm.cpl, system properties. Yes. From that also you can get the details. Okay, so these are the methods, popular methods of accessing the system information. Next, let's move to the next step and examine the process of few computers and complete the table given below. Let's see the process of, so no need to write that. So let's see and identify this. So I would like you to share the screen. Okay, Dul Mirror. So go to the properties, system properties, please. And others, can you tell me the processor brand, processor speed, and also the type? What is the brand? Brand of this processor is
Intel
okay. What is the type?
Core i3.
Core i3. Celeron Core i3. Oh yes. Then what is the speed?
1.50 gigahertz.
2.53 gigahertz.
2.53 gigahertz. I'm asking from the screen, right? I'm asking the screen. 2.53 gigahertz. Okay. So who's next? Who's going to share the next? Take your chances. Okay. So now go to the same system properties again. This is long way. Right, okay. So okay, tell me. So what are the specification? This computer, what is the brand? Processor brand?
AMD.
Yes, AMD Ryzen. Yes, correct. And what is the type?
Ryzen 5
Ryzen 5. Correct. Then what is the speed?
3.6.
3.6 gigahertz. Correct. Who's next? Okay. You can use any type of things, settings, anything. Okay. Just go to my right click and then so about that is also okay. Now tell me, what is the process of this computer?
AMD.
AMD Ryzen. Yeah, AMD is the brand. What is the type?
Ryzen
7.
Ryzen 7. So what is the speed?
1.2
2.3
gigahertz.
2.3 gigahertz. Yes, 2.3 gigahertz. Correct. Who's going to share next? Okay, we need a girl. Yes, that's it. And yes, about this, what is the brand of the processor? Intel. Yes. Then the type?
i3.
i3 and the speed?
2.59
2.59 gigahertz. Yes, correct. Okay, who's next? Now this is the fifth one, right? Okay, we have to explore 5 computers now. Okay, now what is this? The brand of the processor is
Intel.
Intel, and the type is
i3.
i3, and what is the speed?
3.6
gigahertz.
Okay, correct. Now we explore 5 computers. That exercise is also done. Next is calculate the capacity of hard disk. To check the hard disk capacity, double click on the icon, this PC. Hard disk is shown as local disk under the device and the drivers. Sometimes it's divided into 2 or local disks. The capacity of both are taken together to calculate the hard disk capacity. So these are called partitions. When you divide this hard disk to multiple drives or multiple units, we call them partitions. So let's see that. So there's a newcomer. Can you share? Okay, a newcomer. So we expect a new members.
Sir.
Yes. Okay, Lanindu. Right. So I want you to go to actually right click on this PC and select manage. This is another way, right? So remember others, how? Right click on this PC, select manage. It will take some time, but it will display this kind of management console. This is called computer management. And there you can see disk management. Under computer management, disk management. This is the easiest way to calculate the full capacity of the hard disk. Okay, now tell me, how many hard disks are there in this computer?
2.
2 hard disks. Yes, correct. This is number 1 and this is number 2. There are 2 hard disks. Maybe the first one is a normal hard disk, second one is SSD. Is it? එහෙමද පුතේ තියෙන්නේ SSD එක දෙකක්. Who's sharing the screen? Lanidu SSD එක දෙකක් තියෙනවා. Right. One is SSD. පොඩි එක SSD නේද? Disk one. That is SSD. එතකොට ලොකු එක මේක HDD එකක්, hard disk එකක්. SSD කියන්නේ පොඩක් speed වැඩි, hard පොඩ්ඩක් නෙමෙයි, ගොඩක් speed SSDs තියෙනවා. හරි. එතකොට ආගේ hard disk දෙකක් තියෙනවා. He has 2 hard disks. How many partitions?
4 partitions.
Yes, there are 4 partitions. Yes. Partition කියන්නේ බෙදලා තියෙන unit. මේක හරියට මේ ගෙවල් කීයක් තියෙනවද? ගෙවල් දෙකයි. How many houses? 2 houses. How many rooms? 4 rooms. So it's like that, right? How many houses? 2 houses. How many disks? 2 disks. How many partitions means how many rooms? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many rooms are visible? How many visible partitions?
2 partitions.
Only 2. So what are the visible partitions? One is D.
ENC.
The other one is C. Yes, only the partitions with the drive letters are visible. Others are not visible. So what are the invisible partitions?
System.
Visible. This recovery one is also invisible. Okay, 2 hard disks, 4 partitions, 2 are visible, 2 are invisible. Okay, with these invisible partitions are especially used for system purposes, right? System reserved, and so this is healthy recovery purpose. There are 2 partitions reserved. So especially for system usages. Okay, so let's go to some other computer and see some more details. Who's going to share next? Can anyone share the screen again? Nadun, okay. How many hard disks in Nadun's computer?
1.
1,
1,
1 hard disk, yes, correct. How many partitions are there?
6,
6 partitions. How many are visible?
2.
2,
Yes, only C and D are visible. Nadun, only C and D are visible. Others are not visible. There are recovery partitions, 3 recovery partitions, 1 GB, 14 GB, and 512 MB. 3 recovery partitions are there. Okay, can we increase the number of partitions?
yes,
Yes.
Nadun, can you right click on D, data D, select shrink. So this is how you create a new partition. So let's create a small partition. Later you can add this again back to the original. So let's put 100,000 there. Oh, 1024,000. That means 100 GB. 1024, right? Not 124. 1024,000. 1024,000. That is 1 GB. Sorry, 100 GB. Shrink it. When you shrink, it will create a new partition. This is unallocated new partition. Now, can you see the black color one is the new partition which you have created, but you cannot see that. Go to the Explorer. Explorer එකට යන්න. Explorer එකට ගියා කියලා තාමත් තියෙන CD විතරයි. This PC වලට යන්න. Go to this PC, please. Yes, now you can see C and D only, but this newly created one you cannot see. Okay, let's close it or minimize. Yes. Then right click, new simple partition. No. Right click, new simple partition. Click next. Next. So it's asking the partition size. Okay, click next. It's asking the drive. Here you can select the drive. E, the F, the A, the B, the one. Okay, next. Then it's asking a volume name. You can give any name if you like. If not, just finish it. And now it will be formatting and creating that new partition, which is E drive. Now go to this PC again. Now how many partitions you can see? C, D, and E, 3 partitions you can see. If you don't want that partition, go back to that one and delete and expand the current volume. So, but better to have some additional partition to keep maybe movies, entertainment purpose. You can keep it. Or if you don't want, you can delete the volume. And then right click on, no, not that, right click on the D and expand that. There you can see extend volume, Yeah, that's it. And yes, finish it and extend. So likewise, you can create partitions, you can merge the partitions, that is possible, right? Okay. So this part is not there in grade 9 syllabus. Don't confuse, right? Then if you are really new to subject, you will be really afraid. So what are these things? These are not there in the book. Yes, these are not there in the books. I'm just doing additional things. Why? Because it's better to have some knowledge about your computer. What are these partitions? Because according to your book, it's very simple. You have a computer, there you have hard disk. Sometimes it's divided into two as local disk CD, not just 2. Now you know it is not true. Now you know this statement is not really true, because your book says sometimes local disk is divided into 2 as local disk C and local disk D. But is it true always? No. You can divide to any number. Up to Z you have letters. It's not C and D. Now we saw C, D, E even possible. Right? The capacity of both are taken together to calculate the hard disk capacity. Is it true? True or false?
False.
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 What happens if you have two hard disks? SSD equi, HDD equi, then is it true? No.
No.
SSD capacity is a different capacity, HDD capacity is a different capacity. When you have two hard disks, this is not true. Now that's why I'm just showing that according to your book. I'm not telling your book is actually the people are lying to you. But so what is expect? These are actually the basics. You know, in your childhood, you call water bo or jo something. Only single letter word, but that is not true. No. Now you know it's not just bo or jo. It is water. And in future, maybe now itself, you know, it is not just water. It is 2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen. It is H2O in liquid state. Do you have that chemistry in your book? H2O, is it there?
Yes,
no?
Yes, sir.
But in your childhood, did you call that, anyone call that H2O in your childhood? When you are in kindergarten? No. So that's the reason, right? So don't think that the people are lying. People are giving the basics. But you should know the reality. Because when you are 14 years old, 13 years old, you can understand the reality. That's why I'm showing the actual thing. Because for your level, this is enough. Okay, there is a disk that can be divided. That's enough. But explore more, learn more. That is beneficial for you. Okay, the next thing. So let's explore some more. One more stream, please. Okay. By looking at this stream, can you show? No, don't show it again. Now you're showing. Now people will catch. How many hard disks are there in his computer?
3.
3 hard disks. Okay, how many partitions?
8.
8
Nine.
partitions.
9.
8?
9. 8.
8 partitions. How many are visible?
2.
C visible, D visible, H
6
visible,
partitions.
F visible, 6 visible, right? 6 are visible. Not just 6 are visible. Those partitions having drive letters are visible, right? C drive, D drive, E drive, F drive, H drive, G drive, these are visible. The partitions having drive letters are visible. Okay, so one more thing. So can anyone else share, please? Okay, please access that.
Sorry, sir.
Please access this PC, right click on this PC and go to the manage. Yeah, that's it. Again, you have how many disks? How many disks in this computer?
3. 2.
2. That is again a problem. Why? So what is this
CD-ROM.
Other one is a CD. Other one is a CD-ROM. So there are 2 hard disks and 1 CD-ROM. So you can easily understand this, right? Why? Because it's readable. It's there in the stream, right? Here CD-ROM, a DVD. So 2 disks, 2 hard disks, 1 CD. That is also a partition. That's why G letter came. CD is mounted, DVD is mounted to letter G. How many visible partitions in the hard disks?
5.
5.
E is visible, F is visible, D is visible, C is only 4, right? Because the G is CD. G is CD. Other 4 are the visible hard disk partitions. UDF, it is a CD one, right? Okay, so that's enough. I think we saw that. Now you can decide what to do. Sometimes in your computer you can find hidden spaces when you explore like this. The man samar then wala ke class එකේ නන්නේ. සමහර පන්තිවල කරද්දී in some classes, students will see there is unallocated spaces. Again, Windows දාන කෙනා පොඩ්ඩක් එක partition එකක් හදලා Windows දා. ඊටු ටික නිකම්ම තියෙනවා. ඒතර ඒක unallocated තියෙනවා. ඒවා partition කළත් නැහැ. So if you don't know about the computer, sometimes the person who has installed Windows only use 100 or 200 GB to install Windows, create a Windows partition, but the remaining amount is remain blank, unallocated. There is a wastage. The mama ඒ වගේ වෙලාවට බැලුවේ නැත්නම් අපරාධ ජීවිත කාලෙට මේ hard disk එකේ ඒ ටික අපරාධ. Because that student is never going to use that. Therefore, look at your computer. Sometimes you can find unallocated. Anyone found that? කාට හරි හම්බුණාද එහෙම unallocated තිබිලා? Anyone? Sorry? No. If yes, please raise your hand because that is really important to you. Anyone found unallocated space? Right, no one. Means like everyone has used maximum of the partitions, it seems. Okay.
මගේ මේ SSD එකේ මේ healthy කියලා partition එකක් තියෙනවා.
A healthy partition. ඒක මොනකට පාවිච්චි වෙන්නේ නැති එකද SSD එක? Backup ද? Recovery ද?
ඔව් සර්.
Recovery backup ඒවා ගන්න එපා. Recovery backup අයිති OS එකට. Don't take that. Recovery and backup, don't take that. අත තියන්න එපා ඒවට. ඒවා අයිති operating system එකට. Okay. Then let's move to the activity 1.1. Examine the capacity of the random access memory in few computers and compare them. Okay, let's do that as well. A lot of activities today. Again, screen sharing session. Okay, please go to the task manager. Please go to the task manager. Then go to the performance. Right there, you can see the memory. So let's compare the memory. Memory has few components, not just the memory size. What is the memory size of this memory?
8 GB.
8 GB. Then most important thing, what is the memory speed?
3200.
3200. So what do you think? Is it a DDR2 or DDR3 or DDR4?
DDR4.
It's DDR4. How did you find? How did you-
DDR4 RAM is 300 to
because of the speed, yes.
200.
You know a little, right? Good. So that's good because you have to identify DDR4 RAM is that 3200 speed is basically coming with DDR4, not with DDR3. So that is a good judgment. Very good. Over the DDR4 කියන category එකේදී තමයි 3200 වගේ speed එකක් එන්නේ. අනිත් RAM DDR3 ආවොත් ඔච්චර speed නැහැ. හරි. දැන්
DDR3 1000
16 වගේ තමයි 1600 වගේ තමයි maximum. Right, ඊටත් අඩුයි අනිත් versions, right? The 3200 speed here, this RAM speed is affecting your computer, right? So RAM speed, what is the meaning of RAM speed? That means how soon you memorize and how soon you release the memory. How soon, that is, memorization is very fast. 3200 megahertz memorization speed is matching with your processor speed. Yes. So let's compare some more. Let's compare some more. Who's going to share next? Okay, Nadun. Nadun says his RAM speed is 8 GB, same 8 GB. So see that, so both are 8 GB RAMs. Both are 8 GB RAMs, but this RAM is 2400 megahertz in speed. That means out of those 8 GB RAMs, the previous one is faster than Nadun's one. Understood? That is why you need to compare. The previous one, both are 8 GB, but previous one is faster than this one. So that is how you recognize. Next, please. Just going to share the next. Danuri, okay, your one is 4 GB and 2600, still DDR4. So in between, somewhat better than the Nadun's one, but again somewhat lower than the previous one, but it's in between. Okay, so what you can do is I recommend you to enhance this to 8 GB. Recently I have done some enhancement for some students. It cost me around
80,000.
no, not 8,000. It cost me around 6,000 to upgrade. Actually, what I did is I bought that from that PC builder. So it was, you know, that they are having their prices, some lower prices, but I don't know what has happened now. But recently, just 1 week ago, I bought RAM from that. Even for replacing, it cost me just, I did the replacement. So I didn't ask anyone. So it cost me around 5,600, even less than 6,000. So normally, if you are doing it using a shop, it will cost 8,000. Because shop එකකින් වගේ මාරු කරොත් 8000ක් වගේ යනවා. ඔයාලට තනියෙන් මාරු කරගන්න පුළුවන් නම් අර PC build එකෙන් හරි එකෙන් අරගෙන මාරු කරගන්න 6000ක් විතර යනවා. So you can save 2,000 rupees.
ලැප් එක කරනවනේ.
ලැප් එක තමයි. ඩෙස්ක්ටොප් එක ඊටත් අඩුයි. ලැප් එක තමයි. ඒ වගේ මාරු කරගන්න is not costly. So you can do that easy. ලැප් එක RAM slot දෙකයි ගොඩක් වෙලාවට එන්නේ. Okay, you can share with it. Dual mirror having 8 GB RAM. Okay, double click on that again. 8 GB RAM, and the speed is 8 GB, same 8 GB RAM, but the speed you can see it's sure probably this DDR3. Yes, it is DDR3 here. It's mentioned DDR3. Version ne kotana ek mention kalam because you can see the RAM is not that much faster, but still you have the capacity. Capacity wise, okay. So can we update? Can we update DDR3 with DDR4?
Can't.
ඒකත් මතක තියාගන්න. DDR3 එක ස්පීඩ් නැහැ කියලා 4 එකක් ගෙනල්ලා ගහන්න බෑ. ඇයි?
Motherboard
Yes, motherboard is not support. Motherboard support only the specific DDR version. Even you want to update it to a faster RAM, but your motherboard won't support that operation. Then you have to replace the motherboard. Replacing motherboard means you have to replace the processor sometime, right? So then it is big replacement, right? Replace the motherboard, replace the processor and RAM all. Then it's like replacing the computer. So it is unwanted replacement. Motherboard එකත් replace කරලා, processor එකත් replace කරලා, RAM එකත් replace කරා කියන්නේ computer එක replace කරා, computer එකම replace කරා වගේ තමයි. Right? So that's okay. Okay. So let's see another one. Let's see another.
We can't hear you.
So you are muted.
Sorry, I muted. Right. Okay. And then 16 GB. Yes, it's a very good RAM capacity, by the way. You have updated them.
100.
Yes, 2400 is the speed. I think since this is DDR4, are you using 2 RAMs or single RAM?
4 RAMs.
4 RAMs. Then you have to match the speed. And RAM හතරක් තියෙද්දී ඔන්න තවත් එකක්. RAM banks 4ක් පාවිච්චි කරනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ මෙහෙම පුතේ. හරිද? මම ඔක පෙන්නන්නම්කෝ දැකලා නැති අය ඇතිනේ. RAMs update කරද්දී, so you have in the desktop lab here desktop එකේ ඉස්සලා පෙන්නලා ඉන්නම්. In desktop you have RAM banks or RAM slots.
It has 4 slots.
Yes. So basically මේ තියෙන RAM banks කියලා කියන RAM plug කරන තැන්. Here these are memory slots. Here this is how you update the RAM in the desktop. Can you see the image? This has 3 RAM slots. So this has how many RAM slots?
4 slots.
4 RAM slots. Okay. This has how many RAM slots? 3 slots. Right. Okay. So what about this motherboard? How many RAM slots?
2 slots. 3.
4 slots.
4.
And what about this one?
4 slots.
3, right?
3.
Yeah. No, 4.
4.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's barely visible. And then when it comes to laptop, then ඒක තමයි යා කිව්වේ හතරක් යා plug කරලා තියෙනවා කියලා RAM. ඒතර මේ එයාගේ board එකේ ඇති මේවා ගහන්න places හතරක්. There are 4 places to plug the RAM. එතකොට one RAM size is 4 GB. ඒතර එයා 4 GB එක හතරක් තමයි plug කරලා තියෙන්නේ. එතකොට එයාගේ speed එක වැඩි කරගන්න, if you want to enhance the speed, he has to increase the speed of each RAM. RAM හතරෙම speed වැඩි කරගන්න. එතකොට එකක් විතරක් speed වැඩි කරා කියලා එයාට ඒක affect වෙන්නේ නැහැ. Affect වෙනවා. It's affecting, but it is not really good setting. So better you can update all 4 RAMs. But if you have single RAM, no concerns. Single RAM, it's only. So let's say laptop. What's about laptop RAM banks or laptop RAM slots? You get something like this. When you remove the laptop cover or the back panel, here you have to think about when you're removing laptop, when you're removing the laptop cover. So there are 2 kinds of laptops. In some laptops, so you can see the keys are, the keyboard is on top of the surface. Keyboard එක උඩ තියෙන්නේ. මේ වගේ if you want to remove the back cover of this laptop, you have to first remove the keyboard. මේ වගේ ලැප් එකක් ගලවනවා නම් keyboard එක ඉස්සෙල්ලා ගලවලා අයින් කරන්න ඕන. හරි පරිස්සමෙන් කරන්න ඕන. මේ වගේ එකක් ගලවන එක ටිකක් dangerous. මොකද keyboard එක මුලින් අයින් කරන්න ගිහිල්ලා පොඩි අවුලක් වුණොත් ප්‍රශ්නයක්. හැබැයි ඊට වැඩි lazy මේ remove කරන්න මෙන්න මේ වගේ laptop එකක් වාට තියෙනවා නම් මේකත් නෙවෙයි. keyboard එක ඇතුලේ තියෙන laptops තියෙන්නේ. Something like, let me show.
All laptops.
Yes. Mostly, not even new laptops are coming like this. So laptop, this is actually not laptop, this is MacBook. Here also it is easy. මේ MacBook එකෙත් මේ keyboard එක මේකේ ඇතුලෙන් ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒකට keyboard එක කලින් ගලවන්න ඕන නැහැ. So you are safe side. You are free to remove the back cover. ඒතකොට back cover එකේ ඇන ටික ගැලවපු ඇටි laptop එකේ ගලව ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒවා lazy. මේ MacBook එකේ තියෙන එහෙම. So it's easy to remove the here these laptops මේ වගේත් lazy. ඒතර keyboard එක වෙනම උඩ තියලා තියෙනවා නම් තමයි keyboard එක කලින් ගලවන්න. මේ වගේ laptop එකක් නම් ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෑ. ඒතර ඒ වගේ back panel එකේ තියෙනවා මෙන්න මෙහෙම RAM bank එක. So let me show that. RAM bank. Okay. So this kind of RAM bank in the back side of your laptop. So some laptops are really convenient because you can just remove without removing the entire cover. You have a small place to remove and you can update the RAM. There are 2 places to plug. Here. Normally lap වල මම දැකලා තියෙන දෙකයි. මම සමහර විට ඇති ඊට වැඩිය, but I have seen only 2. ඒතර මේ හරස් අතර තමයි මේ දෙක plug කරන්න ඕනේ. මේ RAM අනිත් එක පොඩි size එකකින්. හරි. These RAMs are called SODIMM RAMs. So laptop RAM, desktop RAM, 2 things. Laptop RAMs are called SODIMM. Desktop RAMs are called DIMM. DIMM RAMs are lengthier. Here this is SODIMM and DIMM. See the comparison. DIMM are lengthier. SODIMM are small. SODIMM small. අරවා lengthy. එහෙනම් desktop එකක් අරගෙන laptop එකට ගහන්නත් බෑ. Laptop එකක් අරගෙන desktop එකට ගහන්නත් බෑ. Right? So understand that as well. Otherwise, you will think about doing these things. That's why I'm advising. Okay.
ඒක කන්වර්ට් කරන්න කේබල් එකක් නැද්ද?
තියෙන්න පුළුවන් මම සර්ච් කරලා නම් නැහැ. මේක හරි නෑ නේද? ඉතින් ලැප්ටොප් එකක් අරගෙන දිග RAM එකකට අයක තියන කෑලි එල්ලලා තමයි දාන්නේ. එච්චර සාර්ථක නැහැනේ. So better go to the I'm not sure, maybe there are sometimes SODIMM, let's say SODIMM to DIMM adapters, there are adapters. මොනවාද නැත්තේ නේ නැති ඕන දෙයක් තියෙනවා ඉතින් SODIMM to DIMM adapter. So there are some. Right? SODIMM to DIMM එතකොට මේ වගේ එකක් ගහගත්තා නම් laptop RAM එකක් desktop එකට ගහගන්න පුළුවන්. නේද? ඒකට තමයි තියෙන්නේ. laptop RAM එකක් desktop එකකට දාගන්න. Then DIMM to එහෙමත් ඇති සමහරට අනිත් පැත්තට. DIMM to SODIMM, yes, it's also there. DIMM to SODIMM. I think which one? DIMM to SODIMM seems this one, right? Not sure. So looks like that. This is nice, no? Two SODIMMs can be plugged and connected. So there are technologies like that. Technology, you cannot say no to anything. So I'm always no කියනකොට මම හරි බයයි. එහෙම නෑ කියන්න බෑ. මොකද මොකක් හරි විදියක් තියෙනවා. So see here, that's the question that he asked. Good. Okay. Now study the specification given below in the table and answer the questions. 3 technical specifications. Can you tell me 3 technical specifications mentioned above? So what are the 3 technical specifications? Saras, I will give you a chance. So I just see your message, sorry. Study the specification and tell me 3 technical specifications. What are technical? Hardware related. The screen, hard disk capacity, access memory, RAM capacity,
CPU,
Computer screen.
yes, computer
Computer
speed,
system.
system speed, those things are technical. What are non-technical?
price,
Price, guarantee period, after sales warranty, all these things are coming under non-technical. Speed of the processor is 3.7 gigahertz. Type of the processor is Intel Core i7, right? Intel Core i7. Capacity of the main memory,
4 GB,
4 GB.
capacity of the hard disk,
2 TB.
2 TB, 2 terabytes. The size of the screen,
18.5,
18.5 inches. Okay. Compare the technical specification above with some other computers in your school or on the place, right? You have to compare this with others again. Then, by considering the important points behind the computer, fill in the blanks in the statements given below by selecting the relevant term for the given list. Okay, the speed of processor is given in
gigahertz,
Gigahertz.
gigahertz, GHz, gigahertz. It is better to select a monitor space in size and consumes space electricity. It is better to select
Less in size.
large in
Large,
size,
Large.
consume less electricity,
consume less electricity. Large monitor but less electricity. අපිට රැවුලත් ඕන කැඳත් ඕන නේද? ලොකු මොනිටර් එකකුත් ඕන ගාන කරන්ට් එක අඩුවේ කියන්නත් ටිකක් අමාරුයි වැඩි. But that is the requirement. Large in size and less consumption of electricity. The capacity of the main memory is given in
GB,
gigabytes. With an extended period of warranty, the cost of the computer
Goes up.
goes up,
If you extend the warranty, the cost will go up. The capacity of hard disk is measured in
Terabytes.
terabytes. Yes, mostly in terabytes nowadays. The capacity, but gigabyte is also correct answer. You cannot say wrong. මං කියවනේ cannot කියන්න බෑ. gigabyte වලින් පුළුවන් hard disk. මං පළවෙනිට පාවිච්චි කරපු my first computer has 1 GB hard disk. 1 GB, only 1 GB, right? The hard disk capacity is 1 GB. So even before that, one of my friends has 512 MB hard disk, 512 megabyte hard disk. The capacity of main memory is than the capacity of hard disk.
Yes.
Less, yes. Main memory is smaller than the capacity of hard disk. Okay. So then they have given two computers and asking you to compare these two computers. So let's do that quickly. Who is the manufacturer of computer B?
AMD Ryzen.
Intel.
Only AMD, right? You cannot say Ryzen. Ryzen is the type. AMD is the company. B is AMD. Which computer has the main memory, which larger capacity?
Computer A.
Computer A, correct. Which computer has the largest RAM?
Computer A.
A. Which computer has the hard disk with a lesser storage capacity?
Computer B.
Computer B, less capacity. Give the three possible reasons for the A. So why the computer A costs more? Why A costs
Memory.
more?
Memory.
Monitor size.
The memory
Hard disk
capacity.
capacity. Size
Monitor size.
of monitor. Operating system.
Oh, a lot of things.
Monitor size.
Processor speed is high. Memory capacity is high. Hard disk capacity is high. Monitor size is high. Even it use Windows 10. So why Windows 10 cost high? Is it?
Yes.
Yes, Windows
Yes.
10 is a paid operating system. That's why. That's why it can cost high. Then the last one, state two non-technical specifications.
Operating system and price.
Price
Price,
and warranty.
Price and warranty.
warranty. OS is technical, right? You can take price and warranty are the correct answers here. Okay, Sarasa, actually, I'm sorry, I'll give you a chance next day. So don't be
Okay,
upset, right? Okay, I'll give you a chance next day. Then with that, I'll stop for today, Pute. Next day, we'll discuss 1.9, 1.10, 11. Yes, only 3 questions, and we'll be starting next new lesson, electronic spreadsheets. Good night, then see you all next week.
Night, sir.
Nice day, sir.
Nice day, good.
Thank you.